Joanna Huitt, who's coordinating parking day, and I forget your exact job title, but
Intern.
Intern doing parking day, San Jose for Greenbelt Alliance, right?
Yes.
And then we have Mr. Scradam. Mr. Scradam is a kind of an artist, a lot of featured on the internet a lot.
I'd say that's accurate. Yeah.
We're going to talk about a few things like TBD the movie and other things you're up to. So thank you guys for coming.
I'm also here, in case you missed.
Yeah, Jake. I missed him.
I don't matter. It's fine.
You're in my peripheral vision, straight ahead of me, so I missed you.
We're not used to this setup.
Yeah. So, anyways, we're doing another show. We're gonna get into interviews and junk. What's going on with anyone? Have topics they want to talk about? Because
we didn't prepare anything for the show.
No,
an hour
we did.
To fill, so.
There's just crazy stuff in the news. There's
a
Syria.
wildfire.
There's Chelsea Manning. There's
a wildfire in Yosemite.
Weather is a thing.
Weather's existed.
Since forever.
Still. When are we going to get that under control?
I know.
They're working on it, though.
Government.
HARP and
Yeah, NSA and such.
NSA. Yeah,
it's like as if we didn't know.
It's going wild. The NSA, that's going buck wild right now with Snowden and the Guardian. And
Is he still in Russia?
yeah,
Yep.
and then the
granted him asylum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, then Glenn Greenwald's partner being arrested.
Yeah.
These are all topics. We're not gonna dig into them on the show.
We're just gonna
we just put them out there. So
it's up to the audience to really do their own work on those.
Google
just putting
some
them out there for
topics. I recommend it. It's on the internet.
It's on the internet.
Anyway, so let's talk to Mr. Scradam first.
I can do that.
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah.
Excellent. So I don't know
Thanks for
where
having me out.
I don't know where to start. I want to hit a couple things with you. You've done a lot of music remixes. I've
Right.
listened to some because I'm a big Cool Keith fan. So you do a
Nice.
lot of that business.
I'm a huge Cool Keith fan.
Yeah.
And so that was the most recent one I put out, Cool Keith versus Goblin and Friends. And
Yeah.
if anyone's not familiar, Cool Keith's an MC, Goblin is a band, and they used to do a lot of soundtracks for movies and their own music too.
Yeah. And what's the URL for that? I can show it to people so they can
You
see
can
it.
see that on my YouTube page. That's youtube.com/MR Scradam.
Cool, I got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, so that's on TBC2. Yeah, that's one of your links. And I've been following you on Tumblr for a long time, and today's the first day we met, so it's really cool to have you. And one thing that really excited me that you're working on now is TBD the movie. What's that?
Right. So TBD the movie, it stands for what it sounds like, to be decided or to be determined, and it started as a concept with no concept, basically. I wanted to crowdsource and crowdfund a movie and just have it all done online, completely collaborative. So I just started talking to people about how I wanted to make a movie.
Yeah.
And now we've gotten pretty far with it.
And and when I caught it on Tumblr, I think, and then the idea excited me, and I check in every once in a while, and you do polls, so it digs into like what the plot should be, what the genre should be. So it's like
current one is whether or not we should use a narrator in the movie, and it's leaning towards yes right now.
Yeah. So I have the Tumblr up on TBC2. We can take a look at it, maybe, I don't know, or not. it's on TBC2, and there we go. So this is the Tumblr. Anyone can visit and participate. So people can see this show, hear about this, and they can have a say in the outcome of this movie.
Right, and just keep track of what's happening, or go back to the start of it and see what happened a long time ago. Try to post as often as possible, and right now it's in an interesting phase, so definitely check back on it. We're writing the script, we're doing some concept art for it, and starting to really bring it together.
Cool. And you do a lot of video work, so I think we'll see a lot of your personal talents in the movie eventually, it's safe to assume. But let's take a look at a video you did. What's this project you've been working on that's on your YouTube?
This is a side personal project I have. I call it Attack of the Mutagenic Alien Polymorphs. And it's part of a wider series called Dawn of the Android.
Yes.
It's an abstract narrative put together through sourcing pieces of movies. So I take movies or TV shows, take pieces out of them, filter them, and recontextualize them to make a story.
Pastiche or something? Or
Something like that, whatever that means.
Isn't that a painting term?
collage?
Oh, right.
Collage. Okay,
Yes,
so
it is
let's
a bit of
if
a
the
video
video's ready,
collage,
let's
yeah.
take a look on TBC1.
In the fall of 1989, when a colleague asked me if I wished to meet Bud Hopkins, I replied, "Who is he?" She told me that he was an artist in New York who worked with people who reported being taken by alien beings into spaceships. I then said something to the effect that he must be crazy, and so must they.
I'm excited. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Awesome. So that's
Very
just like a
cool.
taste. So I'm hoping some of TBD the movie has some of that feel. I really like
it's decidedly
on
going to
there.
be science fiction, so
Oh,
we'll get some of that in there.
We all love the sci-fi
Oh yeah.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Can use
winner.
your imagination.
Everyone online does too.
So that's a surprise to me. I thought there were more historical documentary fans online.
I was asking if anyone wanted to do a romance, but that didn't get too much
No.
traction.
Really?
I like romance.
But you could still mix in
Comedy movies.
romance with sci-fi.
hmm
I've seen that
Sci-fi
done.
lends itself to almost any other genre.
does.
Yeah.
Is it like a rom-sci?
It could be. I mean, so I'm writing one of the short stories that's going to be included, and there is a romance in it.
Uh-oh.
There is a guy and a girl. Guy meets girl.
Now, if we go online for these polls, that's yours. If we go online for these polls, can we decide like which actors and actresses we want to be in it?
That has not been brought up yet, but we're kind of not there yet.
Can
We're
I-
kind of not at
okay.
the casting point, but
For reference, put it on the back burner. Mila Kunis.
okay.
You may have
No,
heard of her before.
Absolutely.
I would suggest her for the movie.
She's a voice on the Family Guy, right?
I think so.
She,
That's probably the biggest thing she's done, I think.
No,
Huh?
no, I don't think so. She's been in movies.
that 70s show.
She's kind of famous. I've heard her name thrown around in Hollywood.
no.
In my Hollywood
No.
circles that I roam in.
She's attractive.
Yeah, she's pretty. Just saying.
Yeah. But
You
on
could
a
also go with
side
like Jack
point,
Nicholson.
That would be
he
good.
said he's not there yet in the,
Right,
the
I'm-
process.
That's why I said
Like I
back burner. This is
participated
back burner
in
thinking.
like some of the genre when it was the genre polls. I think I did the genre poll. I think I did the narrator poll. So it's really cool. Hit the Tumblr and you can participate and keep updated, right?
Absolutely.
That was a good.
Please do.
Now, yeah, I was just thinking, was that bred from laziness?
A little bit.
Okay.
No, it was more fear that I didn't have the right idea to move on. No, I have plenty of ideas, right?
Yeah, it's just
But
like so hard to
which
boil down.
one is going to be the feature film that
Right.
you make, that you spend this much time and effort on?
I
You know,
think,
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
leave
And
it
it's-
to everyone else to
And
decide.
yeah, and just the idea of sharing it, kind of farming parts of it out to this wide net of the whole internet, and whoever like wants to, the communal thing of that, and the whole net aesthetic, I think is great, and that hasn't really been tried that I've seen.
Thanks, Al.
Such a
I'd like to see another project that's doing it, if only to pull inspiration from them. But I
Yeah.
haven't actually seen that myself either.
Well,
Yeah.
I've seen there's in a small sense there's people who've
Right.
collaborated, but it's like usually one or two people. So I'm really excited to follow it and keep up. Anything else you want to share before we move on? We'll be coming back to you in other forms, but
Look out for more Cool Keith versus Goblin. I'm
Yes.
making music videos for them right now. So.
excellent. And that's
Yeah.
and check that'll a good way to follow that's on your YouTube, right?
Right, absolutely.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you, man.
It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll stay for the other segments,
I'll
right?
be here, right?
Okay.
You're actually not allowed to leave. So
That's great. That's great.
that wasn't a question. That's a demand. You will stay.
Sounds
So
good.
now we're going to talk about something else super cool with Joanna Huitt, who is working with Greenbelt.org.
Greenbelt Alliance.
Greenbelt Alliance, they're at Greenbelt
Greenbelt.org. Yeah.
There'll be words on the screen that are more coherent than my language usage. But so tell us about what Parking Day is.
So Parking Day is an event where activists, artists, really anyone can take over public space and kind of explore what could be there if cars weren't there. So it's really fun. It's really open-ended. You know, people can basically go in there and make whatever they want as long as it's not a car.
Yes. Yeah. What if they did like a paper mache car or something? It's kind of
I
artsy.
think it takes away from the spirit of the event. So.
Yeah.
What if it was made of cars, but not a car? Like car parts.
Carzilla.
That would be pretty awesome.
I can't do that. Just an idea.
Like,
man.
yeah,
I don't have
like,
the capabilities.
Did you say it's national or international?
It's a worldwide event. It started in San Francisco by a design firm called Rebar, and they kind of like created the idea, pioneered it, started in 2005, and then it just kind of grew from there. So it's open source, really. It can happen anywhere. In San Jose, Greenbelt Alliance, we are organizing it and kind of taking out the logistical nightmare that it is for certain people. But other places, you know, just any citizen can go out and take over the meter and see what happens.
Yeah, I can imagine, I mean, this is like, San Jose is kind of cool with this, but I can imagine it probably started a little bit more like guerrilla style.
Yeah, as I understand, Rebar went out and they biked and had like a trailer behind their bike and then just set up shop in front of a meter and got moved a few times by police. So.
Yeah, I mean, they don't specify. They say like, oh, you just rent this spot and
Yeah,
have
well,
it,
it's
like,
the public realm, so it's kind
Yeah.
of like it's our space, and it's nice to do something different with it than, you know, what's normally used, which is just for cars.
Yeah, when I first heard the idea, I got really excited because I have this weird obsession with parking meters, and I have for a long time.
Interesting.
It's like weird how people, because you got this thing and it's kind of phallic, which runs through like all of like human art, and it's a way to compartmentalize time and space, which are kind of like these human concepts. And so I got really excited when I heard about this Parking Day because we're playing kind of trickster with the whole thing, and I mean, that's rad.
Yeah, should be a really cool event in San Jose. So you're participating, so
Yes.
it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I didn't know if we wanted to announce that yet. I'm glad you're I'm glad you're game for that. We are going to do a terrain vague. Jake, will you be there?
Sure.
Terrain vague, we have a spot, and we got a good spot too. So I'm hoping we pull together something cool that we could share with the viewers in the future.
And if you want autographs, we're going to be there with our 8x10s.
Yeah, we could do that. If you bring us an 8x10 picture of us, we'll sign it.
Yeah.
So just like
Drawings don't count.
take a screen cap right now and go to Kinko's tomorrow, and I promise you we'll sign
We will
it.
sign it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
So is this hard organizing this Parking Day? Or is
I wouldn't say it's hard. It's just a lot of work because there's a lot of different organizations participating. So it's kind of just keeping in contact and.
well, that's what
keeping
I
on top
want.
of it.
Like, who's participating? Like, what's?
Well, Greenbelt Alliance, of course, we have a spot. A lot of nonprofits, so Silicon Valley Leadership Group, SPUR, which is San Francisco Planning and Urban Research. They have a San Jose office. Sierra Club is participating with their San Jose Cool Cities team.
Okay.
And then some organizations from San Jose State.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of different, groups.
I can imagine one person might do almost like a little art gallery, and then one person might maybe make like a public park.
So it's totally open. You can really do whatever you want. There are some groups that it's been suggested that some people will be bringing chickens.
Yeah, like live chickens.
Live chickens.
Oh.
I'm not exactly sure what the capacity of the chickens is going to be, but
Like, do you have to follow public decency laws that day, or is San Jose like it's okay? You don't
a little
you
mini
could,
nudist.
you could break the laws a little bit today.
Is there an art police that will be going around?
I'm not sure. I don't know. People, I think, can just do whatever they want. And
Jake just wants to know if he could disrobe.
Yeah, that's really all I care about.
I'm going to be down the street, so I won't be able to see you. So
So you'd
fair
prefer
game.
not to? You prefer I don't?
Well,
is what I'm hearing.
if you'd like to.
Okay.
You have a great spot. You'll be in front of all the students in the library.
Yeah. And I have a great body.
That's a great spot because like there's such a great culture at the library in front of the library.
It's a great
Yeah.
place to get nude. I've been nude there before.
Really
Look forward to
excited.
being nude again
In an official capacity.
in an official capacity where it can't get hassled by the man.
Exactly.
Sorry,
I don't know where this is.
we don't
headed,
mean
but-
to do this to your wonderful event.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
I think it would be interesting.
Tarnish it.
We're making light of it, but it sounds like awesome. I'm really super excited about it. What else could you share about it with us? Anything?
You
We
know,
hit
I'm
the
not really
essence of
sure.
it.
Yeah, because I don't really know what all the groups are doing. Greenbelt Alliance doesn't have a hand in the design of all the groups. We
Yeah.
just basically gave them free reign and said, hey, make this whatever you want it to be, whatever you want public space to look like.
You're setting up the tee, and then it's just gonna kick off with all these people coming up and
Exactly.
kicking the ball off.
Hopefully
the
go
tee.
through the things.
Through the. Are we
goal
playing
post.
golf or football?
Uprights.
Huh?
Uprights.
Upright.
Oh,
Yeah. Kicking the ball off the tee through the
So yeah, but
uprights.
you're lining it up, and
Yeah.
and then it's up to everyone else to.
and they're hitting
pull
it out
up
of the
with
park.
You're
Yes.
setting them. You're
Switched
setting them
over to
up
baseball now.
for success.
Yeah.
I'm trying. Yeah, that's my goal. So,
Cool. Well, I look
awesome.
forward to it. Thank you for sharing it with us.
oh, you're welcome. Thanks.
And if it's we had the graphics up there, but we can follow it on greenbelt.org. Participate/Parking Day. And then you guys got a Facebook group.
we do have a Facebook. Yeah.
I'm up in it. I'm one of the likers of that.
Good.
Liked that, and cool. So thank you so much. Will you stay with us to participate in we got a little couple segments.
I will. I will stay.
Okay,
Thank
so the first segment I want to get to, and I'm going to bring Mr. Scradam into this again, is we're dusting off an old segment, Jake's favorite, haven't done it in a while, called Gift Basket. And I got that up on TBC2.
Oh, we got rid of this
Gift
one.
Basket. This is a classic segment. And today we are featuring some of Scradam's gifts.
So this one right here was for my movie, and it was made by someone else. It's watermelonworld.tumblr.com.
Yes, yeah.
He's a good person to follow. He's doing a lot for the movie.
Did he make that wonderful poster that we may or may not have shown? Yeah.
That poster was kenaim.tumblr.
Kenaim.
Yeah.
Kenaim.tumblr. Cool. And then
And the rest are mine. This was for an event I was doing actually, where I've done live visuals in the past before. I didn't mention that. Just providing visual projections for like bands, stuff like that. This was a show I was doing in San Francisco actually,
cool.
and that's how I was projecting it onto the band.
Rad.
Some event.
How many lumens is your projector?
I used to have that memorized, honestly, but I haven't been doing so much live projection.
Yeah.
I've been, caught up with the movie and different projects. It takes a lot of work to, say, promote yourself, get the art ready, go do the event, But, yeah, so that's my friend doing live body painting on top of the projections.
Whoa.
Nice.
Cool.
Awesome.
And people enjoying it.
Are enjoying it. Doing the jitterbug dance.
Because that's what it's all about.
And
Enjoyment.
that is my logo in the background, Mr. Scradam.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
And this was a movie I made. This is proof that I've actually made movies in the past. It's a short. It was a horror short about a guy who thinks the zombie apocalypse has come, but really he's just off his medication.
Is that up in your YouTube?
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a great idea. So we'll check that out later.
And that's me.
Hey.
Cool.
Cool.
Like #1 dad.
Oh, you're the number one subscriber.
Everyone's Scrad.
Cool. Well,
You should
Jake
teach
is
us.
happy we got to dust off that segment.
Very, yeah.
That's his favorite. We used to do that every time, but then I ran out of gifts that I liked that I made. Okay, so we got another segment. This is Subjected. This is really about, they got some music to that. This is really about, oh wait, there we go. I like to get,
Great choice of music for this one.
okay?
Did you choose this music?
Of course.
Nice.
So this is the segment where me and Jake normally torture each other. It didn't really work out that well that way this time. I can tell you.
We both really highly enjoyed what we had.
No. So you guys are welcome to chime in if you're familiar or anything. But basically, you probably have someone in your life who you're like, hey, watch this, and then you see them next week. Oh, have you watched it yet? They haven't watched it, right? You know what I'm saying? Where you just love something or you want someone to see it. So as brothers, we created this segment so we can basically force each other to watch it. But he kind of wasn't watching the one I wanted him to do, so at the last minute I gave him a new one, and I knew he would like it, so it's not really even fitting with the segment.
And I didn't.
So why don't you tell us about it, Jake?
It's called Danger 5.
Yes.
And I didn't want to tell you when you told me because I've already seen the trailer for it. I hadn't seen the actual show, but I was like, oh, I really want to see this. And then you're like, oh, why don't you watch Danger 5? And I was like, okay. We'll do that. And it's awesome. I'm kind of surprised you like it in the sense that, well, let me explain first. So it's about 5 secret agents that are all from 5 different countries, I believe. And it's kind of like a Charlie's Angel type show.
You can give the quick synopsis.
This is the quick one. And so, but every episode they have a secret mission that they have to accomplish. Yeah. Which also ties into the fact that they have to kill Hitler.
Yeah, but
for some reason it takes place in World War II.
It's like World War II, but in the 60s.
It's in the 60s.
Yeah.
They're all in lounge suits.
And not the real 60s, like the
Charlie's Angels 60s.
Yeah, 60s, yeah.
And so it's very much like one of those shows.
So you set it up. What did you think about it?
I thought it was amazing. It's hilarious. I haven't seen the whole first season yet, but I've seen about
Australian,
half of it.
Right?
That's why I was like, I'm really surprised you wanted me to do it or you like it because you hate Australia and everything Australian.
Yeah, but there's some exceptions to it.
Well, this is an amazing show.
This is an exception, yeah.
Do they all speak the same language?
No, and that's the other thing.
There's a character that speaks only Spanish, but everyone understands her.
No,
somehow miraculously.
No, she speaks
Ilsa
Spanish.
speaks Russian.
Oh, she speaks Russian.
Yeah, so she's a Russian. She's a Russian agent, and she only speaks Russian. Then the Germans soldiers, half of them will only speak German, but Hitler speaks English. And then the commander of the thing is an eagle, for some reason. And then there's like dogs.
And he's wearing the same suit that Patrick McGoon wore in The Prisoner. You ever seen The Prisoner?
He has an eagle
I haven't
head.
seen that.
Oh, okay. So
it's ridiculously funny.
Yeah. It's good, basically.
It's really good.
So I shouldn't have chosen it, but
no, I'm glad you did because I didn't have to actually do it. Subjected, I feel like.
Serious psychological thriller drama.
It is. It's sci-fi rom-com, all the good things wrapped up in one. But I highly recommend it.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then in favor, I gave you something I knew you would really enjoy.
So there's another thing wrong is usually it's something we're not that familiar with that we do with the show. But he's been trying for years to get me to watch this YouTube thing, the Shaytards.
Yes.
Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
Yeah.
It's headed by Shay Carl.
He's wearing all his freaking clothes.
So I'm wearing this is Shay Carl hat. This is a Shay Carl shirt, and
it's like
I even have Shay Carl shoes.
Okay, so you know how there's like. You don't have to take it off. They can see
Shay
it.
Carl
Okay, that's
face
fine.
on the back, and so he's known for his patented beard.
So
but
you're
he's
talking.
shaved
It's
off
my
the beard.
turn. Shut up! You're talking.
Recently.
It's my turn. Okay, so basically, are you guys familiar with YouTubes?
A little bit.
Yeah. So you notice there's some people who are like YouTube personalities, and it kind of like when YouTube first came out, it was kind of a big thing, and like now some of them they're all partners and they make a lot of money and they sell stupid shit that dumb people buy.
Apparently.
So basically, he's been trying to get me. It's all about a cult of personality. If you kind of vibe with the person's personality, you'll probably enjoy it. But it's whole movies essentially. So I've seen some of his things over the years, but I this week took the Subjected to heart and I just like dove in and I picked like a potpourri of past ones he did. And basically the appeal of this guy is he's like he's like 100% on, like yelling in his camera, being a goofball, and then he has this family that's kind of quirky, and he basically has fun with his kids up to the line of like child endangerment, like tossing them in the air, making them. One of their kids climbed inside a cooler in Walmart, and they're like, "Ooh." It's the kind of things like if this guy was your cousin or your next door neighbor, you'd be like, "Oh, this guy's the best home movies." But the levels of disconnect, like I'm watching this guy on YouTube, I'm investing an hour of. I'm not interested in investing an hour a week to watch home movies from this guy who's like hyper marketing himself and like 100% on and no restraint and no like forethought into what he's doing.
There's forethought.
He's a funny guy. He has a good heart, kind of, other than he's very irresponsible with his children.
He's not very irresponsible with his children. He does funny things like he puts them in cardboard boxes and then slides them across the room.
They were like
fun.
or he like throws them onto the bed.
His child
and
was
stuff.
jumping off. They're jumping off bridges.
No,
going
they're
in.
not.
They jumped off a bridge in the one I watched.
didn't
You
see
didn't
that
watch
one.
that one.
Well, he has
They're on
hundreds
vacation.
of
I thought you were
movies.
the biggest fan.
I'm
I would
used
have
to
thought
be.
you
I
had
used
seen
to
all
be.
of them.
I know. I jumped. Actually, we jumped off a bridge.
We used
with
to
our
jump
dad.
off. Yeah, we jumped off.
We did the same thing, but this bridge was taller. But okay.
None of his children have gotten
That's
hurt.
fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
if
But
they
I got
were hurt,
I got
no.
something else. I
And
think
stressful
I
findings.
found out. I watched enough of his videos to figure out that he's Mormon.
Yeah, you don't have to watch many because he usually goes to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's what he
So
does
you just
instead
watch
of
him.
That's
drinking.
weird, and that's weird for me. Like I got it because we
he's
come
not like-
from Mormon bloodlines.
Our dad was raised Mormon.
Yeah. So I kind of have, you kind of have like a weird. We're allowed to make fun of them more than other
I don't think we
religions.
are, but sure.
And then, yeah, like if there's
Still.
one religion we can make fun of and it's more politically correct as Mormons.
I don't really agree with
So
that.
I kind of
though.
have a love. I have a love-hate with Mormons. If it's like someone's a Mormon, I'm like, I kind of understand you. And it's like I think all religions are ridiculous, but like Mormons are so ridiculous that it's charming.
He's okay. So he's from
cute.
Boise,
Yeah, it's
Idaho. So
like-
he's from Boise, Idaho. So he's like more conservative than the people you'd meet out here. He's
Other than-
Mormon, but he's not like devout. Like he's just like your normal every Sunday. People go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really. It's not like he talks about it. He'll go like, "Oh, we're going to church today," and then he'll go like, "Oh, we came back from church," and
Yeah,
then the
or-
kids are doing something.
He was
So it's-
throwing his kids in the air, and then he's like,
Oh, it's time
"Okay,
for church."
one more throw, and then we're saying our scriptures." I'm like,
When did he say that?
He was the
Is
one
that-
where he's throwing his kids in the
Okay.
air. Okay, so we're gonna move on.
Wait. So, anyways,
No,
can
we
I
gotta
defend
move
it? No, I
on.
have to defend it really quickly, please.
No,
so the
that's
reason
not what
it's
this
good.
is about.
Okay, so I stopped watching
have
it
to
like a
move
year
on.
ago.
Yeah.
Is that he did kind of start marketing himself more, and yeah, I'm wearing
Shamelessly,
all that
like-
stuff, but it's
Yeah,
like,
selling
it's fun.
shoes as well.
And selling shoes, but the shoes are cool. I'm sorry.
Are they
And they're
comfortable?
like $20. Yeah.
Oh.
And
So, let's move
but
on.
anyways, so he's like he's an awesome ideal for like what a father should be and a husband should be, and it's like you're. It's like he has an
Yeah.
average family, but it's like the average family.
Narcissistic and annoying. Perfect dad. Gotcha. Okay, we're moving on. The next segment is called Write That Movie Okay.
What is it like? Oh right, that movie. Okay.
Write that movie.
I got it now.
Okay. I'll do that.
Right.
Right, that movie.
Okay, the idea behind this segment, what's the idea, Jake? But quickly.
You know I can't do it quickly.
Okay, I'm going to say. The idea behind this segment is I made a fake movie poster, and we're going to, this is not a real movie.
No.
Really?
Are you sure?
But
I'm
I
I
surprised.
thought I've seen this movie.
From the information on this movie poster that I invented, we're going to write a movie right now. It's called, we know it's called Grandspot. Alan Thicke is some kind of character, and
Good choice.
Quetzalcoatl,
Oh, is that who that is?
Quetzalcoatl
Quav-
from
that's not
Wild
Quavon's-
Beasts of Southern.
Quavon's
Wait, is
name.
that?
that her?
Is it the girl? The little girl?
Quetzalcoatl.
Why does she look like a grown
lost
woman?
on that.
No, she's a child.
Did you put her face on a grown woman's body?
No,
It looks
I
like you
took.
made her
That's a
legs
picture of
longer.
her on the red carpet.
Oh, is it? That's
She's
from the
aged a
Oscars?
little since they made the movie. Yeah.
Oh.
Right, but she
So-
looked like she was 35.
So together, let's write this movie.
Okay,
All right.
can I start off?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Alan Thicke, jealous of his son's success in the music business right now.
No, he's not playing himself.
No,
He's
he
a
is.
character.
He is. He's playing himself as Alan Thicke. He's Alan Thicke as Alan Thicke. Sort of like Jean-Claude Van Damme played Jean-Claude Van Damme in JVCD.
Okay.
So this is making
It's a
up for
hyper-realized version of him.
You're gonna JVCD Grandpot.
Yep. And so
Alright.
Alan Thicke,
fun.
jealous of his son's success with that song Blurry Lines, you know Robin Thicke?
Is that his son?
That's his
Yes,
son.
Robin Thicke's, yeah.
Because he's got that growing pains money, he can give it to his son. But he's jealous of his success, so he decides that he's going to make himself into some sort of android. But it fails, and so in order to save his life, they have to use parts from a salvage yard to fix his body. And it's just his head that's alive. It's his head and his brain. That's the only part of him that's still human. And
I
Okay.
want to introduce an element of RoboCop in there somehow.
Excellent.
So maybe, you know, there's like the next model coming out just after he debuts, and it completely outclasses him in every way, and he gets a huge inferiority complex over it.
I like
So
it.
did he become a robot like at a young age, and he's advanced in age, like actually aged to an elderly robot?
He was like
now like
he was a
he's new
fetal
model?
bot, then he was a toddler bot.
Yeah.
And now he's a,
But so
Now
how
he's
did he
grandpa.
become a grandpa?
Well, because he had robot babies, who then had robot
She's
babies.
clearly human.
Maybe they
that
they
his daughter?
intermarried. Maybe his
I mean,
Is
robot.
that
she's
his
not
daughter?
35,
She might
so
be the
maybe-
second. She might be the second wave of robots.
So
where-
maybe yeah,
that
his
look
robot
completely
child
completely
married
different. They're
a
like the
human
Japanese
woman.
ones.
Right, they're like the Japanese ones that look completely human.
yeah.
Or maybe he had a human wife, and then they had a mulatto, and then their child was with another. So maybe she's
I feel like
only
we're doing too much
25% robot.
backstory
I
right now.
I think
We
he
need
has
to
a
get into
cane
the
because
plot.
Like
his
Act
dancing
2.
career
Act 2. We
hurt
gotta
his
move into
knees.
Act 2.
So he was a robot dancer.
He was a
like,
robot dancer, and now his little knees are hurt. So.
Like he taught the
Okay.
Jackson 5 what they
And
know.
that's why he's
Yeah.
coming out of retirement, because he has to get into a dance competition to save
it's a
This needs to be a
Step off.
dance competition movie.
Yes. It's like it could be like Breaking 3.
geriatric robot dancers.
Alan Thicke as
Alan
himself.
He has to dance. He has to save the retirement home by winning the breakdance
winning $1 million.
competition. Exactly.
Okay.
And at some point, there's a
He's the
geyser of
savior
water.
of ramps
Yeah,
everywhere.
Well, I just honestly I needed more mayhem on the poster.
You did.
Let's see, and
Yeah, there should have been explosions.
so keep the wheels
When
spinning.
Grandpa's
I got
involved,
Grandpa's
explosions
involved.
follow.
Who knows what's gonna happen?
Does
So-
he do the robot?
That'd be too cliched.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
that's too cliched
Okay.
for this movie. This
No,
movie
he
is
has to
too
do
high
the
up.
Charleston. Like, okay, so we have a couple comments on our on the we put this out there to the fans on our Facebook page, Trainwreck TV on Facebook. And Chaz Eden says, "What about an uncontrollable farting scene?" So that's
Doesn't he say that about every movie, though?
well, it worked in Blazing Saddles, like so why not?
So like robot farts or like digital farts?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it
It sound like a modem.
no,
It would sound like one of those old modems.
Well, then he went on. Then we actually put the question, "What
Had
does
too
a
many
robot
prunes.
sound taste like?" And it tastes
What does it taste like?
No, it's what's it sound like. I'm
that
sorry.
sounds really bad.
Probably motor oil, but
So we're
okay.
doing
But
that
he said it tastes like a human fart, but
What
auto-tuned. It sounds. I get my
I think we
senses
need-
mixed up, you guys.
I think
It
we need-
sounds like a human fart, but auto-tuned.
But I think
I like that.
what's important coming out of this is that you seem to have an addiction to tasting farts that nobody
something you
knew
wanna
about
tell us?
beforehand.
Okay, so
That I'm really concerned as
So-
your brother. I'm concerned about.
so then Jackie Nelson said he
Ooh.
farts when he moves because the controllers are so outdated, like his robot.
So
farts.
it's a little bit like the Jetsons car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's also like the time I was in Ross and an old man walked by me and he was like,
Every step.
Did he know he was doing that?
Probably
His
not.
exhaust fan's
Yeah.
broken.
he had no choice. No, he had a horrified look on his face like, I'm embarrassing myself.
But
Just
I couldn't
make
stop.
it to the door.
Yeah. It was cool when he stopped. He was like,
You only think he was farting. He was probably doing a lot worse.
Oh no.
Ouch.
At least he was in the right store for that. Like, you know,
well,
go to the dressing room, get cleaned up.
so
and
I
good to
think we
go.
wrote that movie.
I think we
I think
did.
it's ready to
we did.
shoot.
I think we wrote it. Okay.
It's kind of sci-fi, so maybe if we
Hey.
get Alan Thicke, maybe that'll be in TBD.
That's true.
Got the sci-fi theme.
And I
Okay.
think we have your next project.
Out of our
after-
budget range.
Oh, I think you can get
Alan Thicke?
Alan Thicke.
That's true.
He's got to be
Isn't he
pulling
doing,
down
like,
like what,
infomercials now?
2,000.
He is doing infomercials and radio commercials.
So he's ready for the big screen
He
again.
is.
I think he's
Yeah,
ready
he
for you.
needs
For his
to
comeback.
ready to jump to the big screen.
Alan Thicke's coming out
We're
of
gonna
retirement.
Tarantino Alan Thicke. And,
Yeah.
That's right.
all right, so let's move on. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent.
So we're in the TV show. It's happening.
We're in it.
Still going on.
So we our show is you can follow us on Facebook, Trainwreck TV. We're also on YouTube, Velcro Fathoms on YouTube, right? You can message us. We might read your email.
I'd like to take this time to give a shout out to Shay Carl. If you're watching this, Shay Carl, you got my links.
So let's get our links up. We got Train Tape Big TV on
Anytime you got
Facebook.
free merchandise.
You can email me. I'm Velcro at velcrofathoms.net, I think.
I was going to say, check out velcrofathoms.net also.
Yeah, I'm on there.
That's a website.
I should be on there. I'm on Instagrams and Twitters. You could Twitters us. And I got Tumblrs
Vine.
too.
You got Vine. You're
Yeah,
Vining.
on Vines and YouTubes. And also, especially if you want to check out, we're doing we've been doing a podcast. I got little gifts for you guys.
Ooh.
These are our logos for our podcast. And it's not like this show, it's actually scripted.
Thank you.
So we do a TV show
actually
that's
put
kind
effort
of like a
into this.
podcast and a podcast that's kind of like a cartoon.
Neat.
And
It's a parking meter. This is
Parking
perfect.
meters.
I told you I'm obsessed with parking meters, and there's a
Awesome.
character that's a parking meter in our adventures.
So cool.
I've caught wind of this character.
For the Parking Day event,
Yeah.
we should do our podcast live the entire day.
Yeah, that's something we could talk
should.
about. Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's something we could talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Make it a
Jake,
call-in show.
do
Make
you
it
have
about
a
all parking meters.
do you have a segment, or should we not do it?
Baseline?
Okay, so
We
we
should
want to do the
absolutely do
Bay
Yeah, we are doing that.
slang
Segment.
segment.
Bass slang.
Bay slang.
Baseline.
Bass slang.
Don't like the music. You can do some producing, okay?
I'll write the
Leave it up
music
to
for the
me.
next one.
I pick that music.
All day long. Every segment. That's the music.
So peppy.
Should we change it up for the next? No.
Do
Go-
your segment.
roll it. Okay, Baseline. So Baseline, basically we film out of the Bay Area of California, San Francisco Bay Area. We're on the peninsula. But since we broadcast to the whole world on YouTube and Facebook and social medias, we decided that it would be a good idea to sort of, for people who might not be familiar with the slang or vernacular of the Bay, to give them like a refresher course, not a refresher course, but a refresher course for people who may have visited, but sort of an intensive language course.
Great intro. Glad you took
Thank
the
you.
long route.
That was the short route for me. Okay, so today we're going to focus, usually it's one word, but today we're going to focus on salutations and affirmations. Different ways that people salute each other and say hi in the Bay, and different ways that you agree with someone. So, we got them all up at once.
Yeah.
So the first one is,
that
it's,
okay?
yeah, the first three are kind of like the same way. So, what's upper? You know, you might hear someone say, what's upper? And that's just like, how you doing? What's going
Never
on?
heard that before.
I
never heard
haven't
that?
either.
You don't
What's
listen to
upper?
enough E40.
Oh.
What's upper?
Bay Area slang doctrine.
Yeah. He's one of the four runners of.
He's like a linguist.
He is a linguist.
He's like, but a linguist
he's
that
our
instead
resident
of
Bay linguist.
researching vocabulary and just invents it.
Right.
Like if Chomsky made up a word and then people adopted
Right.
it.
Which is actually, I
William Gibson made up
harder.
cyberspace.
Hey, that's true. Good example.
think. So what's upper? It's another. So you may have heard like what's up, but this is the Bay version of what's up. Kind of put a little Bay twang onto it. What's upper?
What's up?
Okay.
And then that came off. So
Do you actually
What
need
it-
them? You don't have like another
I lost
word?
it. What it do is another one. Like what it do.
What it
What it do?
What it do.
What it
That's like how are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like how are you doing? How's your fam? How's everything going on with you in your life? How it do? How it's good? Oh,
What's good?
what's good? Like what's good, or what's you can say what's good in the hood, or that's actually shortened too to what's hood. So if you hear someone say what's hood, it's like how's everything going in your life and in your part of the Bay. The rest are affirmations. So we got you heard,
You heard.
and that's not like you heard. It's you heard. It should be one word.
You
Two
heard.
syllables. You
Like
heard.
yard.
No, not yard. Like,
Yard.
you
You
heard.
heard.
And that means like you understand.
Okay.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? You heard? I lost him again. What
What
was the
about
other one?
sup, bro?
What's up? No, that's anywhere. That's
This a lot of these seem like they're anywhere.
you know?
Yeah, so they.
Okay, the next
these
two are kind of
originated
combinations.
here?
Yeah, these are from the Bay.
He says this all the time, but they're like
Yeah,
words
how
that
did
could
how do you
Because
know?
they've branched out into other parts of the country.
You're making them.
They become global through
Yeah.
through different
it.
means.
Prove it.
Okay.
So you know, or you know what I mean, but you should pronounce
Not
it
what I
like
mean.
you know me,
Now I'm saying.
know me. No, I'm saying, but
They
no,
could
I'm saying
come
this
from
one.
anywhere.
No, it comes from the Bay.
Okay, if you say so.
So you know, and that's just like you say that after a sentence. Like, what's a good sentence for? Like,
It sure is raining hard.
it sure is raining hard, you know what I mean?
know what I'm saying? Know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But like that's the bay is like, you know, or you know what I mean, where you put all together.
Cool.
You heard?
All right.
So next time you hear someone saying that, you can go, okay, they're from the bay, and you know how to respond back to them.
And next month we'll bring you another edition of Bay Slang, which we're now calling slang words, which I'm making a wild assumption originated in the Bay.
And they're probably used everywhere.
Thank you,
They
Jake.
are used everywhere. They originated in the bay.
Thank you, Jake,
You're welcome.
our resident
Bay Area
cunning
linguist.
linguist.
Snoop Dogg didn't make up any of his slang.
Cunning.
Linguist.
Snoop Dogg stole all of his slang from
He
E40.
did. He did. And he tried to say that it was from LA. It's not. It's from the bay.
Yeah.
Is E40 the Ghost Ride
Vallejo.
guy?
Ghost ride the whip. That's another. That's a
Okay.
good. That's
See,
another
that's a good
bay
one.
slang.
Yep.
Ghost riding.
Okay.
Very nice.
Thank you for that statement. Can we do powerful points?
If we have to.
This
We just do this. Like I feel like I'm in like David the Gnome.
This is
I feel
powerful
like I'm a
points.
cartoon right
This is a segment which takes the art of creating PowerPoint presentations, which you may have seen co-opted by TED Talks, but this is powerful points.
Just because they came
Bringing
first.
it old school, presenting points in the most powerful way that humans know through the magic of PowerPoint presentations. And this one is called Bottled Water, a really stupid, dumb idea. Well, we all kind of enjoy to drink water since we have to. Heck, people just love water generally. Okay, so the EPA regulates tap water and the FDA regulates bottled water. And the important thing to know is that the EPA actually has much more stringent regulations. So it's actually possible that you're drinking water, for instance, from that bottle that you think is so pure that has less regulation under it. So yeah,
idea.
that's like a chart of different regulations. And now the human body, this is just a fun fact, the human body is completely made up of water mostly.
Completely?
That's completely made of water.
mostly.
That's
It's not a little
probably,
mostly.
it's probably like why we like to drink it so much. That's my conjecture. And why it's healthy to us. And an
Conjecture is an
unfun
important
fact.
word.
An unfun fact. It takes 3 liters of water to create the plastic to hold 1 liter of bottled water. I don't know how much a liter is, but 3 of them has got to be more than 1, right?
Why
Okay.
did you choose the European spelling of
That's
liter?
the way the fact came up on the internet. Okay?
Internets.
The internet.
Lots
Never
of
question the
folks
internet.
drink it from bottled. Lots of folks drink it from bottled waters because they have been conditioned by corporations. And this is a lady. When we're done, tap water will be relegated to showers and washing dishes. She's president of Quaker's Oats. And this
I
is
do like
another
their
quote.
oats, though.
Yeah, but they got their hand in that business. The biggest enemy is tap water. That's Robert Morrison. Oh, it's vice chairman, not vice chairman of Pepsi. There's the Aquafinas.
Vice chairman.
And we're going to talk a little about Fiji water. So Fiji water is extracting their waters from the
Almost.
aquifers that belong to the nation of Fiji. But the sad irony is that more than half of the Fijians don't have clean, accessible drinking water. That sucks. And this company has cooperated and aided the military dictators of this country. And think about all the waste, shipping bottles from China to bottle it and then transporting this stuff around the world. A ton of waste, a ton of CO2. It's a joke.
Sure
Now,
tastes good.
we all know about oil wars, but water wars are the next thing, right? Like the corporations want to control water. That's why all these major companies got their hands in the water game. And buying water voluntarily from a corporation is just sacrificing your freedoms yourself. You're just giving them up. You're like, I'm a sucker. Just take over me.
You're starting to get into like Waterworld territory.
That's fine. Okay, let's look at Bechtel.
people peeing
Let's look
into
at Bechtel.
coffee
In
makes.
2000, the Bechtel, they tried to privatize in a consortium Bolivia's water. And they tried, at the same time, they worked towards making the capturing of rainwater illegal. And it was massive public protests which cut this deal off. But I mean, that you're talking a American company trying to control the water of a whole nation. So I say more like a Blacktail.
So at some point this will be a funny segment.
So
Shut up. So people, okay, listen
got
to
really serious.
listen to Coca-Cola as the Coke. Check out what for yourself what Coke and has done to the India and Mexico's water supply. It's crazy. And the only thing corporations need our water for is a shower because they're dirty.
Got it.
All right. Oh, you care about the environment, you say. What about all the plastic, all the CO2? You got the great garbage patch in the Pacific Ocean. You got a couple more, like in the Atlantic. It's crazy. It's mostly plastic water.
It's the size of Texas, right?
Yeah, it's huge. And so you care about your health? Well, plastic, it's got BPA in it, which you're subjecting yourself to BPA. It might cause autism. The research still is out, but it definitely is known to increase estrogen in men and women. And all that plastic manufacture, CO2, is crazy. So don't drink bottled water. It's mostly tap water anyhow. About 70% or more is tap water. It's not regulated as much. It makes stupid corporations rich. It's a threat to national sovereignties and public resources. And it costs about 2,000 times more than tap water. So don't be a sucker. So now we're doing a special thing. It's a taste test. That's it for the powerful points. We're on to the taste test portion of our water presentation. So in front of us, we got 4 cups each, right? So everyone knows that for a pure scientific study, 4 is the group size that you need, right? That's right. For like a
just
Absolutely.
I think 4 is the sample size for most scientific
number.
studies. So we're doing a scientific
need.
study to definitively prove
all.
on a level of taste which water's better. Are you guys game to be guinea pigs?
I am.
As long as this is water.
So one of these is Fiji water. One of them is Dasani, which is Coke, I believe.
which one?
We're not saying. One of them is
you give me a
I don't
hint?
even know.
Could you give me a hint?
One of them is Aquafina, and one of them is tap water unfiltered. I thought about filtering. I didn't even filter it.
I got this.
So just pick which one's your favorite.
Okay.
Just
I got
favorite.
this.
That's all. It's just our favorite. We don't want to
And
identify.
in between
need a,
sips, if you'll sip from your water to cleanse your palate.
Pretty sure I know what that one is. You're marking them?
I think I might win.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at this. I didn't cleanse.
Neither did
This is good TV right here.
It's like I feel like they each keep getting better than the other.
I know.
You're watching another edition of
toughie.
Watching People Drink Water.
Who has to go to
We're playing the Mormon version of beer pong right now.
People are mostly water.
God, they're also delicious.
People are
Honestly, they're all delicious.
completely mostly water.
I think
So-
I think honestly, in the order I drank them was the.
No, A was disgusting. I
Yeah,
know what A
A's-
is. I
A's
can tell
no
you
good.
exactly what A is.
It is.
I know what they all are.
You drink that much water that you
I know
can
what D
tell?
is.
I do.
I think D is Fiji.
No, it's
You can't.
shut your mouth.
Oh, you're right. I shouldn't say it, but. Okay, I think I found my favorite.
I got it. I mean,
Okay,
my
so. Mr. Scradam, what's your favorite?
I got this.
B.
B is Mr. Scradam's favorite. Jake, what's your favorite?
D.
D is Jake's favorite. Wow. Okay, Joanna, what's your favorite?
C.
C is, and actually C was my favorite as well.
Oh,
Yep.
So C,
I know what C is.
C wins.
C wins.
Because C got 2. Out of curiosity, was C either of your guys' second favorite?
It's my second.
This is, yeah, I think so.
So let's. What were they? What was?
Wait, hold on. Can we guess what our favorites are?
Okay, guess which one.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think your favorite was? I picked D. I think D is Dasani.
D, I think strongly is Fiji.
No,
it has
A
that
is
silkiness.
C's Fiji.
No, A is Fiji.
C is Fiji? No,
A is
like
Fiji,
A is
B is Tap,
Tap.
C is Aquafina, and D is Dasani.
A is Tap.
A is
C's
tap,
Fiji,
right?
And these are
A is
Aquafina and
A is
Dasani.
Fiji.
So wait, what's A? You
A's
guys?
tap.
I vote for Tap on there.
I'm
A's
voting for Fiji.
So Jake, you think A is Fiji?
Hold on.
Felt like B might be Fiji.
No, A is tap. Yeah, B is Fiji.
B, I think B is Fiji.
Yeah.
So you think?
C's Fiji.
Wow.
C is Aquafina.
I think D is Fiji.
D is Dasani.
I think D is Fiji.
It's garbage.
I told you. I knew you would like
D is
Dasani.
Dasani, I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Jake, I didn't. What do you mean I would like Dasani? C is the one I liked. You think
C's
C is
Aquafina.
Dasani?
C's
D is
Fiji.
Dasani and
What are
C
they?
is Aquafina.
A is Fiji.
Bam! I knew it. You guys try to convince
Wow.
me out of that. It tastes like creek
Dang it.
water, and it's Fiji. It's the worst tasting.
It's
And
the worst out of them.
D is Dasani?
B is Dasani?
B is Dasani.
I thought that was
like
tap.
Dasani.
Oh,
C is tap.
C was pretty good. It tasted
C-
like D
yeah.
almost.
D is what?
Aquafina?
So,
So pretty good,
So what
what
Aquafina.
won the scientific test?
Pretty
Tap
good.
water.
Tap water.
C, tap water won the terrain vague taste
I gotta
test.
give it.
And
tap
if
water.
any scientists are at home, that was
It's proven. It's proven. That's all you need to know.
You
Publish,
can write an academic.
feel free to
thing
publish
I'm on
the
it right now.
results. But Jake,
Yes.
I'm on it right now.
Jake, which one was your favorite?
Mine was D, but C was a close second.
D. So Aquafina was
Aquafina.
I
yours.
thought C was all right.
You had
I
it
would,
second
I would
and
drink
third?
C again.
I would drink
Yeah.
C
I
all
would drink
day.
C all day long. Yeah.
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 I thought it was
As
tap
we
water.
should.
Who had it right though with A? Even though you made me change my mind.
I don't know, but
I don't think anyone
It
did.
was
Creek water?
It was creek water.
yeah. I thought D was Greek water.
I thought A was horrible.
So did I. It tastes funky.
I told you
That's what
A
I'm
was
saying,
the
like,
worst.
I said this earlier in the Gold Room, but the city of Cleveland felt slighted by Dasani because Dasani put up an ad saying like Fiji water.
No,
because
Fiji,
it's-
not Dasani.
Oh no, yeah, Fiji.
Yeah.
Fiji put up an ad in Cleveland that said Fiji water because it's not bottled in Cleveland, and so the city of Cleveland was like, "Fuck y'all." They did 2 tests. They did one that tested Fiji water and found that it had like 200 times the levels of arsenic for like safe
wow.
drinking, and then they also had a taste test, kind of like we did. And in taste test, the Cleveland tap water beat Fiji.
I'm glad we're drinking
Any
arsenic.
tap water beats.
Yeah. Thanks for.
LA tap
Arsenic.
water beats
That's really nice of
Fiji.
you.
in my
So-
mind. I just found the best mixture.
Can we move
C and
on?
D together.
You're making,
Good idea.
this is just what he does. This is what he does at soda fountains too.
true.
This guy. Okay, so let's move on. We do a.
Booyah base of water.
Jake does a kind of a segment, right?
Do I? I thought I did my segment. Do I do? Is it quiz show? The Did You Know show with the same
Fun facts?
goddamn music.
When do we get to use these?
Right now. We got
We
5
only got
minutes.
5 minutes.
Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna get right into it. We only have 5 minutes. I'm gonna ask you true or false questions. You just buzz in and say true or false.
Like-
you don't really even need to buzz in. You're just gonna go around and say true or false.
They're all true or false?
Yeah, because to make time go quicker. Okay. The room. There was room for 150 knights around King Arthur's round table. You want to take a stab? Yeah, you rang in first.
Yeah.
True or false?
False.
Yeah, it's true. There's room for 150 knights around King Arthur's table. Mark Twain failed to
There
graduate.
was an elbow room.
There was an elbow room. They're smushed in,
Yeah.
and they had to take their armor off first. Mark Twain failed to graduate from elementary school.
True.
That is true.
I actually do.
Failed to graduate. Another thing about Mark Twain, the first book manuscript to be typed and not written by hand ever was in 1876 by Mark Twain, and it was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
False.
That is false. Do you know what it was?
Well, the first printing was in China, right?
Well, the
Wasn't it?
printing, but this was the first he actually wrote it all on typewriter.
Oh.
This book,
Oh.
he wrote it
I'm not sure then.
all on typewriter, so it was the first manuscript to actually be typed instead of handwritten,
Oh yeah. I don't
not to
know.
be printed.
But then when you print it, you got to do
But
the.
it's true. It was
press.
not Huckleberry Finn, but it was The Adventures of Tom Sawyer,
Oh, so it was.
Tricky.
Okay.
and it was him.
There's a trick question.
You
There
were
are-
tripping us?
So these are pretty tricky.
show is
You
this?
better watch out. And you are getting points, and I have a prize at the end, just so you know. There are 120 different kinds of kisses described in the Kama Sutra. 120 different types. Yes,
False.
it is false.
But true if you,
You think it's more or less?
True if you count the anal kisses.
Wow.
Where like the butt is pressed up against another body part.
You sound like you're familiar with this book.
No. Who isn't?
Let's say more
required
kisses.
reading.
There,
More?
There are more.
No, there's less.
They're
There's
not,
far
they're not-
less.
They're not wasting time
Isn't
on
there
kisses.
only like
yeah.
5 or something?
Yeah, you're close. There's only 20.
20?
There's only 20. And
not that
the
long.
French kiss is described as like the fighting of the tongues, I think.
The France hadn't been become a country yet.
Right,
There was people in the caves and stuff there.
right. There's people in the caves.
The
The little
Franks.
So caves or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was before the Kama Sutra was
Yeah.
written.
Oh, okay.
Or anything
Well,
was written for that matter.
Oh well, they were still like medieval though in the
Medieval,
France. They weren't called France yet.
They were pretty hardcore. Or
What were
the
they called
Normans.
before
They
they were
were,
called France?
They were just like an empire of.
Weren't there Normans there? There were
Yeah. Or the Goths or something.
Yeah. A whole tribe, different tribes.
No, I forget what.
John
it was.
Steinbeck,
Many-
though. You
many
guys
people.
familiar with John Steinbeck?
Yeah, he
Yes.
wrote some books.
He did write some books. He helped build the Madison Square Garden.
False?
No, that is true.
Dang it.
He was a
It's a neat
laborer.
one.
Really?
Yeah, he carried like bricks.
Did he ever attend any of the many concerts there?
Probably not. I think he moved out west for them.
Started slumming around.
Started slumming around. One Sunday edition of the New York Times currently has more information in it than a typical adult would have been exposed to in his entire lifetime 100 years ago.
True.
That is true.
Wow.
Information age and all that.
It's the information age and all that.
Good guess.
Jimmy Doohan. You familiar with Jimmy Doohan?
From Star Trek.
From Star Trek. I had to get a Star Trek one in. He only had 4 digits on his right hand.
It's true.
Do you know which one he was missing?
God. I want to say pinky, but I don't know. His middle finger?
His middle finger.
Yeah.
He's missing his middle finger.
Yeah, that was true.
Did you know you could major in bagpiping at Carnegie Mellon University?
Wow.
Is that one?
Is that a statement or a question?
These are all just statements.
Oh, okay.
They're either true or false statements, but they're all statements.
True.
That's true.
I thought so.
That is absolutely true.
You do know that James
Casanova.
Doohan wasn't Scottish either.
I do know that because he had a terrible Scottish accent
No, he
on
didn't.
that show.
He was renowned for the many accents he does.
I like the episode where he's rubbing his face on a bottle of Scotch whiskey.
Okay,
All right, so we're
I'll
coming-
start wrapping it up. Casanova named thousands of lovers in his memoir, The Story of My Life.
That's false.
It's false?
Pimps don't. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
I was
saying pimps don't
gonna say
tell.
false.
Yeah.
False.
Yeah.
Because
He claimed to have. Wow.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was thinking less. But
He did have. He named less. He claimed to have thousands, but he only named 116 of them.
Oh.
Oh.
So pimps apparently do.
All right. Thank you
So,
for watching the show. Thank
winner-
you, Joanna Huitt.
Will be
Thank you, Mr.
Joanna.
Scradam.
She gets this duck.
She can't get that duck. It's a prop for the studio.
I know. I don't think she wants to keep it.
Yeah, it's like,